So what I'm going to be basically doing is I am going to show you guys, well, basically I'm going to keep designing my level because all I have right here is my spawn location and my platform. So I just want to add some more cool designs to it. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to make the ground under here where you see the grass floor. I'm just going to make a ground. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to duplicate my part and I'm just going to move it right under here. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically scale out the grassy field that I've added under here. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to make it more longer. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color from green to brown because now I have a dirt field. And I'm going to change the material and let's just make it, no, not sand, not wood. Let's see what other cool things I can add to it. Got brick, cobblestone, metal, marble. How about slate? Yeah, slate's pretty good. And I'm just going to move it a little bit longer, and I'm going to place the grassy field on the other side, right next to the spawn location. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to resize my dirt. And that is pretty much it. So what I'm just doing is I just made right below my spawn location and my grass field is a higher, like a long dirt type of texture. And I placed another grassy field on the other side of the spawn location. So if you want to, you can do it like this. Just two grassy fields and dirt. So go ahead and do the same thing that I have done, which is make a grassy field, place it right below, place a dirt field, place it right below the grassy field, and just add another grass field right next to the spawn location. All right, so now that I have my dirt and my grass field, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to duplicate the dirt field now. And what I'm going to do is I am going to leave a gap right between, I'm just going to leave a little bit of a gap. So I just want to make sure that the height, you don't necessarily have to worry about the height. You just want to make sure that you leave some room in between here and here. Just want to leave some room between here because we're going to have our characters start jumping now. And I'm going to go ahead and add a grass field right here as well. And I'm just going to move it right here. Resize it. There we go. Or hold on a second. Okay, now it looks better. And let's check this out here. There we go. Good, no, just a little bit more. Okay, so now I have a gap right between these two areas. So go ahead and make yourself another piece of dirt and another grass field and just leave a gap right between here. What I'm going to do next is I am going to make some spikes right in between here. Spikes between here. So What I'm going to do first is I'm going to go to part, but I'm not adding a cube. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a wedge. Now, if you need to see where the color or where the wedge is, just go ahead and select a new color for the wedge. Make sure it's selected and make sure you change the colors of it. If you need to see where your wedge is, just make sure you select wedge in your Explorer. And what I'm going to do first is I am going to resize the wedge. I'm just going to make it where it looks like a spike. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate the wedge and I'm going to place it right in front of it. And I'm going to do some rotation. Next, I'm going to move it downwards towards the end like this and make sure that it's aligned properly. It's almost aligned, so let me just move it a little bit upwards. A little spaced out. Okay. Okay, so it looks like a perfectly good looking spike. So everybody for right now, try to make yourself a spike that looks like this. What you are doing is you are resizing your first spike and then you're going to duplicate it and you're going to place it right in front of the second spike. So basically you create two wedges that look the same and you're going to make something that looks like this. So go ahead and make a spike. I am going to select both of my wedges. Now, if you're still in the home menu, you want to go to model menu because, or actually, let's stay in the home menu because watch what I'm going to be doing. I am going to select group from the edit menu. I'm only selecting both of these wedges, as you see right here. You should not be selecting any other blocks or any other materials. You should only select wedge, both of the wedges here. If you need to see how to select the wedges again, just make sure that both of these are highlighted. You should not select the grass or the dirt or your spawn locations or the coins. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to group these together and they're going to be one model basically. So go ahead and select group and you will have both of your wedges into one model. So everybody group your wedges together right now. All right, so for everybody else, what you need to do now is use your rotate tool. And what you're going to do is you're going to rotate on the green axis using the green spear. And you're going to rotate it until it gets to 90 degrees. Now, if you need to, and listen very carefully, Michael, make sure you listen to this very carefully too, because this is important. In your snap to grid right here, there's a certain degree that says 20 degrees. Now, if you don't have this turned on, make sure it is turned on. And make sure that your value that you set is 20 degrees. And the only way you're rotating it is by your green spears only. Now, if you still need to do some adjustments, click this off and you can rotate it freely. So everybody should now make your triangle appear appear like this. Basically, your spears are going, actually spikes are going to be uh, facing forward, looking like this right here. You should have the slanted sides on your sides like this, and your front should be very, very flat. So basically, your spikes need to be looking like this. And afterwards, you need to move your spikes basically right in front, or actually in between your gaps. Now, if you need to make your spikes a little bit longer, of course, you can use the scale tool, but it's not gonna allow me to do that. So instead, I'm gonna have to use I'm gonna have to start duplicating my spikes. So I'm just gonna place these spikes right beside each other. I wanna make sure that is rightfully adjusted, but it's light along with each other. Oops. It's gonna take some little time to get used to it, but it's the only way that you guys need to start practicing. And I'm gonna select all my spikes that I've made, and I'm just gonna put these right in the middle like this. And one more thing I need to do before I finish off is I want to make sure that all of these spikes are anchored, because you want to keep these in midair. So everybody start putting your spikes in between these gaps, and make sure that all your spikes are anchored. All right, so what we're going to do now is for every single spike that you guys have added, we're going to script them. We're going to script them because when our character collides with them, it's going to cause our health to become 0. That's why. So go ahead and select one of your spikes, and what we're going to do is we only going to add a script. Just a script, not a local script, only a script. And here's what we're going to do. This is the function that we are going to add into our script. Is a function, spike, part touching. Part touching is a humanoid. Then that humanoid's health will become 0. So what I'm going to do next is for every single spike that I have added into my game, I'm just going to copy and paste the script that I've added into my original spike. So afterwards, let me just show you guys what that's going to do. If I have a script right here, or oops, I think I placed it in the wrong, part. Hold on a second. I think it's supposed to be right here. So sorry about that. Your scripts are going to have to be placed inside your wedges, every single one of them. And hopefully the script works. It should work for the part that's touching now. Nah, I'm not sure why it's not able to destroy this character now. Okay. All right, y'all. So go ahead and just basically copy and paste the this script or the script function right here, and see what's going on with this one. Oh, I know why. I forgot to add this part. Okay, so this is the last part that you guys would probably need. So let's go ahead and just paste this into every single one of them. Guys, give me 1 second. All right, now let me play the game, see if this works now. It should. Okay, yeah, so now it works. Cool. While you guys work on that, let me see something. Since I'm only moving in one certain direction, I don't need these other spikes. I think I can have these 3 spikes and be okay with it. What we're going to do next is we're going to create a little obstacle. Now that we have added spikes in between our gap, we're going to add a couple more gaps because I want to show you this. Now, what I have over here is my toolbox open. If you need to know how to open your toolbox, is right here in insert. It's a little icon like a toolbox, and you can just click here. And what I have typed inside my search object is wood. What I'm going to use is wood planks. Now, as you can see, it's too far from over here, so I'm going to move it a little bit closely to the grass field, and might need to also do some rotation as well. Now, let's see if I can, is it collidable, or I need to drag a little more further? Okay, so I'm gonna put this in between the grass field, oops, the grass field and and my gap 2. So I'm gonna place it right about here, which is pretty good. I also want to make sure that this is grouped. So there we go. All right. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add a gap right here, basically. And what I'm going to do that is I'm going to duplicate the dirt, and I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller. So I want to place it right here. And I'm going to duplicate the grass, and I'm going to also place it right here as well. Make sure that the grass and the dirt is a little bit more in between here, but it's touching a little bit, okay? And then afterwards, I'm gonna make sure that I give my players a little bit more of jumping ground. And I'm gonna make this, I'll make this more like that. I'll show it a different way. Customize my dirt to where it's a little bit amount of dirt and a little bit amount of grass as well. And next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate my roof planks, and I'm going to move it on the other side here. I want to make two little planks to where the player can jump. And I'm going to make, oops. I'm now going to make it to where, ooh, let me move this go downward, where the player needs to jump on this as well. And that looks good. Oops, not that way. All right, so here's what I did. Basically, what I'm adding is 2 platforms. Now, you don't necessarily have to add these wood planks. You can add any type of object that you want in between these 2 gaps right here, because what these are going to do is they are going to, anytime that our player is touching these 2, it is going to fall. We're going to create falling platforms when the player touches them. So you don't necessarily have to add the same type of planks that I have added. You can add any type of planks that you want. And if you have any questions how to adjust your planks, please tell me, because some of you might have trouble. So for right now, you are going to be adding 2 gaps with 2 falling objects that we're going to customize in code. So everybody go ahead and start adding 2 gaps right here. And you should not be adding the gaps where your spikes are. You should be adding the gaps right here and here. So we're just creating 2 big gaps right here. So everybody, please do that right now. So for our following platforms, here is what we're going to be doing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a script, and it is going to be for the following platforms. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add the script to where it's going to be like a falling bridge. Now, if our character is touching the bridge, anchor and can collide is false. So I believe, yeah, everything here is set to false. So if I play my game right quick, I'm going to show you guys an example. I'm just going to hop over the spikes. And let's just say if I touch the falling platform, it allows my platform to fall, makes me fall. That means that it's no longer a touchable object. I just stay here. So I think this object is pretty much stuck. So let me just try to actually, yeah, I think my platform is a little bit stuck in between, so I'm just probably have to resize it. All right, now let's see what it does. Okay, so my platform is not allowing my character to drop, even though I have the script here. Maybe I just need another platform or another plank or so. So let me just go ahead and just add this little plank here and see what that does. Should allow my object to fall. Oh yes, see where it's now. Still outwards. Move this right here. And make this right here. Let's see it now. Oh, forgot one more thing. Of course, forgot to add this at the bottom of my script. So I guess that's why it wasn't falling. Okay, so when I touch it, it should fall. Okay, now my object is falling. So I can just go ahead and add my plank back and we added from the last script to here. So if I add here and play the game, it should allow my character and the platform to fall. Yep, there it goes. And let's see. Matter of fact, I don't think this plank is really good. So I'm just gonna re-add the wood plank that I've added earlier, which is this, because It looks much more efficient than the plank platform. So I'm gonna add this one to here, and I'm gonna place the other one right in between this gap right here too. And I'm just gonna add the scripts right back into both of the tiles. Or let's just go ahead and add the script for the falling platform here. And I'm gonna paste the script into here and watch what the game does. Okay, there's our platform. We just fell from it. I guess it takes a little while to have our platform just fall. Is it there anymore? No, it's not there. So I can't even jump on it anymore. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna scale this out once again. And of course, our script is working. So I'm just doing it one more time for you guys to see that it works. Because these platforms are going to be very, very tricky. There you see, that's one, there's two, and I'm right at the end of my level. So it's pretty much easy. So what you guys are going to do is you're going to script whatever platforms that you have. You're going to script it with this script right here, which is a function for the bridge. If our character is touching it, it's going to turn everything false, anchored, and collide. Okay, Alex says his works. Micah, is everything okay with you? Or you need some help?
I'm good.
Okay. I basically added just a thug NPC, like an enemy. And what he is going to do is he's just going to chase after me and attack me. So of course I jump over my spikes, and of course I jump over him. Every time I jump over him, he gets upset. So no matter how many times I jump over him, he'll still try to run after me. I can also outrun him if I wanted to. If I wanted to, sorry. So with that being said, the enemy is the only last thing that you need to add. And that is pretty much it for the platformer, because the enemy, the falling platforms, the spikes, and the coins are the only things that need to be done in the platformer game. And that is basically it. And if you want to see, if you want to know how to add like an icon or something that lets players know, hey, you have made it to the final, or you made it to the very end, basically you can just add like a certain flag. I'm just going to add like a Roblox flag at the very end, which lets people know, hey, you made it to the very end and you have won the game. So I just placed my flag right next to here, and I think I can make it smaller. Yep, I can make it smaller. So basically, if I play my game again and just run towards the level, of course, up on this platform, up on this other platform. Oh boy! And of course, I lost. So I might have to do it again. So I'm going to run all the way towards the other side. Avoid the thug. Up on this platform. And there I am. I made it towards the end. So basically, this is a very, very simple platformer that you guys can customize and create on your own. This is your project that you guys are going to be showcasing to Roblox and the other students that are in this course. So start getting creative, start thinking of what you want to add, because tomorrow's our final day, guys.
Be sure to join Tech Dev Academy's workshops and camps, and also read some great articles on their blog page.